Mary Magdalene slowly walked to the place where they had lain the love of her life, the Messiah, the one who had healed her, who had taken her off the streets, had taken 7 devils out of her. That was on her mind, I'm sure, as she trudged slowly to the place where they had buried him. They had buried him quickly, so his body had not been anointed. If this was the last thing she was going to do for the one she thought was the Messiah, she was going to do it. It was early. The sun had yet to come up, and birds were singing, though. They didn't know what had happened. Her feet were wet from the dew. Her heart was heavy. And when she got to the place where they had buried him, he wasn't there. But strangers, John's gospel tells us, were sitting where they had laid his body. She asked, where is he? And there was a voice behind her she thought was the gardener. And she pled with him, where is the one we thought was the Messiah? We're broken, and I must anoint his body. And he said one word, Mary. With that, she knew she flung herself at him. How could you be alive? How could you be alive? I saw you dead. Oh, Mary, you can't hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. My body has not yet come together with my spirit. You've got to let me go. But go. Tell Peter, James, and John what you have seen. And he left to go to be with himself and the Father. I don't know if those are the exact ways that I described it. It is how I see it. A forlorn woman who had been anything but righteous came because she believed she was the one that came to anoint his body because she loved him. She believed in him. And he believed in her. Is it not strange? Or maybe it's more like Jesus. The first apostle, the first one he trusted was Mary. The first human being to know the good news was this woman, the one that held the entire deposit of the Christian faith, was trusted with Mary Magdalene, the one that was thought little of, the street woman, the one who had all these devils, was crazy and strange and evil. He turned her into something sacred. Kind of reminds me of the cross. You see, the cross, too, before Christ laid on it, was an instrument of terror. It was evil. It was what the hated Romans had used to terrorize those who would dare come against them, stand up against them, challenge them. They knew fully well that if you were on that, it was an instrument of pain and evil and terror. And yet Christ laid on it, died on it, and it became sacred. He died for Mary and you and I, and in that, we too became sacred. And it allows us to wake up every morning and, oh Lord, what are we going to do today? If you happen to be in Richmond, Virginia this weekend, I'll be there at a parish of Thelma and Mike and a couple of new friends. I want to say hello, Bob and Karen. For all my friends, blessed Easter. What are you going to do today?